City life frying your brain. Neurodivergent minds were not meant to live in concrete. You need to go outside. You need to take off your shoes, put your feet on the ground, maybe climb into a tree, but get out of your usual city rhythm. It is not doing you any good. Your nervous system was not designed to live inside of a cube, inside of a bigger cube, and then get into a smaller cube and then drive to another cube to go sit in front of a cube and then type on the cube in small little squares. And then, yeah, you get what I'm saying. You need to go outside. And I get it. I lived in cities for many years, and it's not always easy because there's no forest in a city, and yet there's parks. You can go into the city park. You can go and find a tree. You can climb inside that tree. You can put your bare feet on the ground. You could just go hug a tree. I have seen so many places around cities, big and small, where there's even just a little tree and a little patch of dirt in front of an office building. And I promise you, you're gonna look weird when you go out and hug that tree. But it doesn't matter, because you're gonna feel amazing. Because your neurodivergent mind, that mind that is spinning over and over again, hyper-focusing on something that you probably actually don't even necessarily want to do, or the neurodivergent mind that is procrastinating doing the things that you need to do but you hate to do, you're going to look a little weird. It's okay. But you're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel better. That electricity from the earth is going to be running through your body. You're going to feel calm. You're going to feel at peace. So much so that when the other people are staring at you, it doesn't really matter. Because you're showing them what something inside of them knows to be true. That you're happier when you're sitting in a tree. But they're just so conditioned to wear rubber shoes, conditioned to sit in chairs, conditioned to eat terrible food, and to work at a job that they hate, hoping that someday they'll have enough money to go on a cruise so that they can escape for a little bit. But you know that there's more to life than that. You were not designed for this world. This world was not designed for humans. This world was designed to take advantage of humans. This world was designed to extract from us, to separate us from each other, to create isolation, anxiety, fear, all of these emotions that this world feeds upon, and then offers us and sells us solutions like pills and alcohol and drugs and, very graphic images on the internet and social media and the news and all of these other things. And these solutions don't work. They don't work. Maybe they feel good in the moment, but they don't actually create long-lasting change and health and happiness. What does is getting outside, putting your bare feet on the ground, co-regulating with other people, just hugging a person, which we're supposed to do 7 times a day, but I don't know about you, I haven't really hit my numbers recently, or maybe ever. But these are the things that we need, especially those of us, neurodivergent, ADHD, autism, whatever you want to call it, whatever society calls it. Your brain is wired differently. You came here to be a superhero. You came here to break free from these systems that most people are stuck in because they don't know any other way, and their suffering has not become so unbearable like perhaps yours has or yours is, that they don't make a change. Most people don't change until the cost or the pain of staying the same is more than the pain of change, because change is uncomfortable. I mean, even as I was climbing this tree, I felt discomfort in my body. a thought or a fear? What if somebody sees me? What if somebody tells me I can't climb into the tree? Remnants of my mom telling me that I can't do something, or remnants of society, or growing up in a culture, in a school room or in a classroom, where if I were to climb on something outside in the playground, then I would get yelled at because I might get hurt. Right? Kids need to go out and get hurt. We were protected and sheltered our entire life, but it's time to break free from that. Now, one way to do it is to just go out and do it. Set your intention, say to yourself, I'm gonna go climb a tree in a park today. I'm gonna go hug a tree, I don't care what anybody says, and you'll be more likely to do it. Do it with somebody else, and you're gonna be way significantly more likely to do it. But if those voices are too strong in your head, maybe you need reprogramming. There's lots of ways to do it. There's faster ways, there's slower ways. I like the faster ways personally because patience is lovely, patience is a virtue, and I'm definitely developing more and more of it. And also, I like to do what I want to do and when I want to do it. No, it's not 100% of the time that I can live like that. I think it's just not the best way to live. However, I can live in my element. I can do the things that I want to do, and when I notice the barriers come up, the voices in my head, the sense of shame, the sense of guilt, then that is an opportunity for me to push through it. And I don't always have to push, because pushing oftentimes is what gets us into this problem anyways. We live in a society that has pushed us to push ourselves, and that is not sustainable, especially for you and me. But what we can do is we can confront those challenges. Get into the tree anyways. Hug the tree. Take some deep breaths, because your nervous system is going to calm down, because you're connected to a current of energy, of electricity that flows through this tree, flows into your body. You can measure this, by the way. Go look on YouTube and Instagram. There's plenty of opportunities for people that have posted videos where we're actually measuring the electrical current that flows through us when we are connected, grounded, connected to the earth. Right? Not wearing plastic or rubber shoes, but actually holding on to a tree. You're gonna feel better. And when you feel better, you're gonna give less fucks about what people say or think. And also, just a reminder that most people don't actually care. Even if they look at you kind of funny, you are a blip in a day of their life where they have their own suffering, their own fears, their own anxieties. Their head is so far up their own, and so you don't matter in their world. And guess what? If you do last longer than a moment on their radar, like that woman just looked at me, if you do last a moment longer on your radar, good, you get to influence them. You're not manipulating them. And I'm not talking about this Instagram influencer stuff. I'm talking about you're just sending a little ripple, a little shockwave, like dropping a stone into a pond and seeing that ripple carries out and affects all of the water in the pond. But you're doing it for the good, to help other people see that maybe there's something about hugging a tree. Why is that guy in a tree? Why is that guy filming himself in a tree? Why is that guy seem to be kind of happy and he's jumping around in the tree? Why is he swinging his legs like a little kid in the tree? Feeling good is important. We're not going to feel good all the time, but doing what we can to feel better is so absolutely necessary, especially when your nervous system is like mine, and our dopamine levels are a bit lower naturally than other people's, and we have a tendency to get stuck in scrolling or drinking or smoking or whatever habit that might cause us to try to elevate temporarily and artificially those dopamine levels, but then they come crashing down. Go hug a tree. I feel like there's so much more I want to say about that, but I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Go outside and go hug a tree. Put your feet on the ground. I promise you, you're going to love it. You're going to feel good, and you feeling good is going to help other people to feel good. Or at the very least, help them to see how not good they're feeling, and perhaps that inspires some discomfort, which might encourage them to go and want to feel better. It's funny recording videos without a script, because sometimes I'm very clear on what I'm talking about, and sometimes I just kind of meander through the topic. So if you're still here, cool, thank you. Comment below. I'd love to know if you have any grounding practices that you engage in, if you like to climb trees. If you're the weirdo out in the park putting your bare feet on the ground. And if you're not, comment with why not? What is it that prevents you from doing that, even though potentially you know that it's going to be good for you? There's a lot of ants. Maybe it's the ants. I don't know. These ones don't bite. When I was living in Guatemala, those ants are nasty. All right. I guess I'll get down from the tree. Or not. It's the nice thing about having a remote video control is that I can just go like this and say,